Andor has ruined Star Wars for me. And I'm saying that because this show is so good. I can't believe that Disney Star Wars made this show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's having a great week, great day. I've been up on the moon ever since Andor has started and since finished. But my gosh, what an amazing show. And I feel so thankful to Tony Gilroy and all of the writers for making such an incredibly well thought out show. I didn't know I would care. Actually, I vividly remember when they announced Andor, the show, coming out, and they were like, yeah, we're creating a new show with Diego Luna called Andor. It's that guy from Rogue One. You know, you meet him and he passes away in the same movie. But yeah, it seems like a side character, but we're going to make a show about him. And I was pissed. I was like, you kidding me? We could have been using this for someone else, some other cool show we could have been getting. But instead they made Andor, and oh my gosh, am I so thankful they did. I have work in the morning, so it's tough for me to stay. The first 6 episodes that came out, I didn't watch them all on the Tuesday night. I would watch them, I watched one on Tuesday night, went to bed, woke up. I would watch one in the morning before work. I'd get up early just to watch it, and then I'd watch it when I came home from work. And I knew that when the next 3 episodes came out, so 2 weeks ago with the Gorman Massacre, when those 3 episodes came out, I knew I would have to stay up that Tuesday night. And not only did I intentionally do it, I could not stop watching it. Those episodes were so beautifully crafted in the way that I just couldn't stop watching it. So let's just get right into it. Starting off with, I'm just going to start with episode 7 because I feel like 7 through 12 are really the meat and potatoes of the show. And, starting off with 7, we see Cassian, who's approached by Willman, and he said that Dedra Meero is on Gorman. He's going to need to go take her out or whatever. And he goes, and the whole episode and the whole season, they've been building up Gorman, but specifically episode 7, you can just feel, I felt the tension on Gorman in my bedroom watching the show. It was incredible how they were able to move the tension onto me where I felt unsettled watching the show. So they did a really great job of that, and you feel the sense of something big is about to happen. Obviously, we kind of knew what was going to happen, but I felt the sense that oh God, something's really going to happen. You see Deirdre pulling Cyril's strings still about the Gorman and the Gorman Massacre and what they're planning on doing, and how Cyril has played actually a really big part in them, the Empire, being able to do this. And then you roll into episode 8 where you're really focused on Gorman. You have Cyril with one of the most powerful scenes of the show where he gets Dedra and just starts choking her, and oh my God, what an amazing scene that was. And you see his emotions start to boil over as he realizes, you watch him realize that everything that he was fighting for, his whole worldview, was a lie. And it all just crumbles down in front of him as all the Gorman people are being attacked in the middle of this massacre. And you see Cassian there, you see all the hometown rebels, and it sucks to see them, have to perish. And you see just how ruthless the Empire was. And my favorite thing about the show, other than the characters, was they actually made the Empire feel dangerous and effectively dangerous. In this show, they were effectively dangerous at whatever they were doing. It felt like they truly had unlimited power throughout the show. And the K2 units are the perfect example of that, because when they came in the scene and they were just tearing through the Gorman people, I was like, holy, what are they going to do to stop these KX units? And when K2SO was walking towards Willman and Cassian, I was like, oh my God, Willman's gonna die because they can't stop this unit. Thank God, they ended up hitting it and that became K2SO. But still, it felt so real and truly effective. So they did a great job of making the Empire really feel dangerous, and I appreciated that. But yeah, and then after that, after the Gorman massacre, we go back to Coruscant, where one of my favorite characters of all time now, Mon Mothma, makes her speech. Welcome to the rebellion. We learn early on that Bail Organa's team has been compromised. So we knew it was compromised. We didn't know which one. I knew it was going to be that one, by the way. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, it was still like, who is it? Is Mon Mothma going to go with Cassian? Like, is she going to go with Bail? Bail's people, you never knew. And then, you see Cassian waiting at the door, waiting for her. And, like, what an incredible speech, by the way. Like, the writers have just been on fire on the scripts this entire show. But you see Cassian waiting for her. And, he walks out. He's trying to explain to her, I know your sister or your cousin, whatever they are. We fought on that for the eye, like, whatever. He's trying to convince her. And then he says, I have friends everywhere. And she looks at him. And then, yeah, just that whole chase scene, I was like, I had to literally stand up and was like really close to my screen. I was like right here. I'm like, oh my God, how are they gonna escape? Like, oh, just incredible storytelling. I just love this show. And then you move into the last 3 episodes and you really see how Yavin has really come into its own. And you have the senators, more of the senators, Bail's on Yavin. And you really see everything come a little more full circle. One thing, my biggest problem with the entire show is there wasn't more episodes. I feel like they could have done so much. They could have dove into Saw a little more. And how great was Saw, his speech to Willman? Like, what an incredible speech. But, yeah, my biggest problem with the show was there wasn't more episodes. This show was so good. And at the very end of season 12, or episode 12, when we saw B, like, drive by, I literally jumped up and down. I wish I on camera, but I literally jumped up and down because I was like, where is B? I was actually getting ready to like say something about it. Where is B? And he ends up being on with Bix and Cassian's son, which is another truly heartbreaking layer for Cassian, is that he's going to have a son that, he's never going to know this son. But what an incredible show. I'm so happy that they actually went through with the show, and it really was that incredible. I have to watch the whole thing over again from start to finish and then go into Andor. I saw somewhere it was like, if you watch all of Andor, Rogue One, and then you go right into A New Hope, you have like 7 hours of content. And that's going to be taking up one of my Sundays here coming up soon. I just got to figure out which one. But thanks so much for watching. I apologize for the pretty chaotic summary love for the show, but yeah, no, this show was incredible. It ruined Star Wars for me because I genuinely don't know if there's ever going to be anything this good, this truly I got emotionally attached to every single character in the show because they all had their own little world, and it was awesome. So I love this show. I love Star Wars. Have a great rest of your day. I'll talk to you later.